Hey you guys, how are you all tonight? So it's a little bit after the full moon in Aquarius, and let me tell you, that energy was quite intense for me. That's why I really haven't had like the opportunity to record, and I've really just been focusing on grounding my energy and just taking the time to get more centered and grounded and resting and retreating, because for me that was super intense and powerful. So yeah, I definitely needed to take a little bit of time off, but I wanted to come here to chat with you guys, just like one-on-one, chat with the collective. I did do a reading for the full moon, and I'm telling you, this reading was absolutely phenomenal. I actually pulled from this Starseed deck. It's called the Starseed Oracle, and it's a really amazing deck to say the least. The artwork is super beautiful. Like, I just haven't seen cards this beautiful in a very long time. So I definitely wanted to come here and share some of these beautiful messages that I channeled. Now, this is going to be primarily for those of you who do resonate with being a starseed. What is a starseed exactly? So a starseed is someone who has their origins outside of this planetary dimension, so outside of planet Earth. There's all kinds of different star seeds. We have like the Sirians, we have the Andromedans, we have the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Metakins. There's quite a few, from various galaxies and star systems. Pardon me. But so it really depends on which one you resonate with the most, and then you also can resonate with various different starseed lineages. So for example, I resonate with both the Lyran starseed, which is like an ancient feline race, and then I also resonate with the Syrian starseed lineage as well. And those two I found out are actually interconnected and worked very closely together, so it kind of would make sense. I also had like a Vedic astrologer do some readings on me, and come to find out, he said that I also went on to become like a Pleiadian too. But he said that I'm a very, very ancient star seed that goes back pretty far in time, and I definitely sensed that. Like, I've always felt like I was just different than people. I've never really fit in with any particular crowd. I've always been like considered like a little weird or eccentric or unconventional. And I've always had like a longing for home. I never felt like Earth was my home. So if you've had some of those feelings, you probably are a starseed as well. Other symptoms of being a starseed is that you may also feel very drawn to outer space, to the stars. You may be like obsessed with astronomy and just galactic travel and all kind of different unorthodox or otherworldly activities and things of that nature. But anyway, let's just jump into the reading today, you guys, because I really don't want to make this video too long. Okay, so the first card that we pulled was Surrender to the Sweetness, and I really, really love this card. Ooh, bless me, you guys. I really love this card because for me it represents like total bliss. I mean, look at this beautiful woman. Look at these waters, these waterfalls. Look at this landscape. This is like complete paradise. And as you can see, like her divine masculine is awaiting for her in this sacred pond. And I just feel like this is complete and utter bliss and harmony. And so it says Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Ooh, I really like the sound of that, you guys. Venus is the planet of pleasure, of love, of beauty. It's exalted in the sign Pisces, and I actually have my Venus in Pisces, so I'm no stranger to enjoying the sweet pleasures of life, actually. Now this can mean different things for different people. For instance, it really depends on what you as an individual enjoy doing. It could be something as simple as, going to get a massage, or indulging in your favorite delicacy, going on a walk in nature, just whatever, whatever you consider sweet or pleasurable. This message is basically stating that, like, it's just time, to go experience more of the blissful aspects of life. Like, sometimes we get so caught up in the 3D reality that we forget to actually just enjoy life and just be. Like today I had a craving, for cupcakes. So I'm like, I'm gonna get me some freaking cupcakes, bro. I don't care, Sometimes you just have to live a little. It could be something as simple as that. But the point is to just do the things that your heart really calls out to you to do. It doesn't have to be something so profound all the time or sacred. It could just be something that you simply enjoy, Okay, so the second card was All Paths Lead Home. And look at this woman. And this is basically, so the description says inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And it's basically saying for us to really go within and channel our intuition and able to answer the various questions that we have. And by doing so, we'll be able to discover what it is that we're actually supposed to be doing or accomplishing on this earth. This has to do with you being your own authority in life, like you writing your own story. Like, I can't reiterate that enough, how imperative that is moving into this new world. Like, of course, everybody's going to have their own opinions. Everybody's going to have, various answers or belief system, and that's totally fine. Like, we can all agree to disagree, and we can respect each other's opinions and differences in thoughts. In fact, that's what makes us such a beautiful species as humans, the fact that we can all have these varying opinions and different ways of seeing life and perspectives. But that doesn't mean that when it comes to your truth, your story, you always want to be your own inner authority in life. You always want to be able to channel your own messages and rely on your intuition first and foremost. And this has to really do with tapping into your solar plexus chakra and really allowing that sun within you, the confidence from the sun, the sustenance, the magnetic fiery energy from the sun to really radiate from within your core solar plexus, and strengthening that chakra and that portal within yourself so that you know that you are always going to know what's best for you before anybody else. Okay, that has to do with any decision you're making in your life or any path you're taking. It could be relationships, career. It's okay to seek advice and counsel from outside of yourself, but you should always harness your own inner navigation system first and foremost, and that should always be your higher power before anything or anyone else outside of yourself. That's really like channeling the God within you and seeing yourself as one with source and the divine. Okay, so next we pulled Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Ooh, and yes, the Syrians, that is a starseed race that I really connect with. I've always had a strong connection with them, and they've always played like a very critical role in humanity's advancement. A lot of ancient cultures actually worshipped the star system Sirius, and some were even thought to come from Sirius, you know. And like, contrary to popular belief, Sirius is actually a tertiary star system, not a binary star system. You know, astronomers have only been able to confirm 2 stars, but there are many ancient civilizations and tribes within the motherland, for example, the Dogon tribe, who do have an understanding and knowing that Sirius is a tertiary star system. It's just that the 3rd star is invisible to the naked eye, and they don't have the technology to locate it right now, but it is a tertiary star system. And this card, this message is basically saying for us to be more balanced and to be more harmonious. But I feel like not only like amongst each other, but I'm really feeling like this is calling out to us being more balanced and harmonious within ourselves. Like, there's this topic that I speak about, and this is called divine self-marriage, and it has to do with bridging both the masculine and feminine energy within yourself together as one, so that you can feel more whole as an individual, and you don't go searching for those masculine or feminine energies outside of yourself. Because sometimes when we do that, we can be feeling like we're at a lack or we're not full or whole. And it's really important that, like, moving forward into this new paradigm shift, that we feel as complete and whole and unified within ourselves as possible, especially before stepping into any type of relationship or divine union or anything like that. Like, we have to be whole within ourselves before we can even go seeking out love from another source, because self-love is the most imperative love. You know, it is a very cliche thing to say, but it's so true. If you don't have or radiate self-love, you're never going to be truly fulfilled within yourself. Like, you're always going to be searching for something outside of yourself, and it's just going to be like an endless journey that becomes kind of being in vain, you know? Like, everything that we're searching for is already within us. All we have to do is really tap into those energies and find it within ourselves to harness the potential of becoming a full actualized being on our own, that is internally happy and doesn't rely on any type of externalities for any type of validation or self-esteem or confidence, you know? Just really be in love with yourself first and foremost. Yeah. Ooh, okay, so the next one is the blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Ooh, this is so powerful, you guys. I love this. Now, this really has to do with cosmic DNA upgrades, portal activations, which we just went through a major portal activation, which was the Lionsgate portal activation. And that did upgrade a lot of cosmic DNAs. Like, these things, they are what they say they are. They're activations, you know what I mean? But they're activations at the root level. I'm talking about cosmic DNA, cosmic blueprints, just totally being activated to a higher source, a higher octave, and really tapping into what it means to be ascending, you know, while we're still here on the earth plane. And a lot of starseeds, light workers, empaths, they experience this kind of thing. Old souls, golden children, they receive these constant upgrades, and they usually take place and unfold around these certain portal activation periods. So we'll have another one on the winter solstice, but also these eclipses, these new moons, these full moons, Even the waning crescent, the waxing gibbous moon, the different moon phases are also times of activations and upgrades. And it's really important that we take the time to integrate after experiencing these upgrades. We're not simply meant to just experience them and then just continue on about our daily lives and business. No. Integration is super imperative, you guys. I cannot stress that enough. And integrating really means taking time to let all of that settle in. And, you know, it's a daily practice. It's not something that just happens overnight. Integration isn't just a one-time thing. Like, we're integrating every single day. And we're doing that by protecting our energy, by setting like very healthy, reasonable boundaries, respecting, loving, and admiring and adoring one another, but doing it from a place where we're not allowing other people's energies to infiltrate our auric field so much. And that means that, you know, spending time alone, being in solitude, you know, or being with a close companion, like a divine partner who you trust, really good friends that, you know, have been there for you and prove their loyalty to you, family that are authentic, who really care about you and love you, like despite the flaws you may have or the past trials you guys have gone through or conflicts. Just being around people that you know truly unconditionally love you for you, going out in nature, you know, meditating, doing breath work, stuff like that is integration. Journaling even. Okay, so the next card that we pulled was the Golden Children. Look at that. Look at this massive gateway and portal opening up from the sun, releasing all these golden children onto this planetary landscape. This is beautiful, you guys. And this really has to do with the incarnation of golden children who are incarnating more rapidly on our planet. Now, golden children are children who have very special gifts. And as you can see, it says inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So these golden children, they have very special gifts. And they tend to showcase them from a very early age, like very young, you know. For instance, I'm with child right now, and my child, Osinachi, she's already showcasing these golden child traits because she's been telepathically communicating with me and guiding me, helping me, you know, to get through my dark periods, letting, you know, she's been like a guardian angel for me since the first trimester, which was very like much a struggle for me, and my emotions were running really high. I was dealing with the hormonal imbalance, and she's been bringing me a lot of healing, a lot of love, a lot of light, because she's a golden child. She was birthed from the sun. You know, the sun is a star, and it is a portal, a gateway to higher dimensions and energy fields. So these golden children, they step through this gateway and this portal, and they come here to remind us to be tender, not only tender with ourselves, but tender with others, and just to be more patient, more loving, more kind, and to really embrace that innocent quality that dwells within all of us, you know, letting go of any mean streaks, of any evilness, any weaknesses that you might have, and really just embracing the purity of being your inner child, you know. Now, this card can also signify that you're getting prepared to birth, mother or father a golden child, and that you definitely need to assist them, because most of them, they didn't have like many lifetimes on earth. They barely have like any type of karmic blueprint yet. They're really like fresh souls when it comes to the earth plane. They're very new to the earth plane, so a lot of them can require special attention or a special way of upbringing. You know, they may not fit in at school, they may be bullied, they may be outcasted, or exiled or anything, you know. So it's very important that if you are someone who is birthing a golden child, suspect that you're about to birth a golden child, or have already done so and are raising a golden child, that you take the time to really raise them in a way that is going to cultivate these rare gifts and just provide a sacred and safe space for them to really thrive and really express themselves to the fullest of their capacity. Okay, so the next card we pulled was Star Ancestors. Wow, look at that. The Great Pyramids of Giza. And I've been to this place, and I remember going inside of that great chamber, and we each took turns laying inside of the sarcophagus and chanting to the ancestors, and everything, all the energy and everything reverberating, and we were just chanting and chanting off the top of our heads. It had to be like one of the most powerful, intense experiences of my life. I really felt drawn to this place. And the ancient Egyptians, they were very connected to the Syrians, you know. They even aligned, and as you can see, the three, I believe this is Sirius. This is representing Sirius, and you can see the three tertiary stars that I was telling you about. And then in the distance, you can see the god Tahuti. He's oftentimes known by his Greek name Thoth. He was the abyss-headed god, and he was a scribe. He was accredited for being the inventor of writing and bringing writing and scribing to Earth and to humankind. And then there's another pharaoh here. I think that I want to say, okay, well, I see Sekhmet, and then I want to say that is Khafre, who built the pyramids, but I'm not 100% sure. But yes, okay, so this says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. Ooh, so this really has to do with tapping into the ancient mystery schools and really unearthing the mysteries that lie dormant and await us. You know, this could be hidden sacred sciences, sacred teachings, sacred doctrines, sacred technology, advanced technology, all kinds of things. There's just so many hidden secrets and lost wisdom, you know, that they wanted to keep hidden from us. But our ancestors, they left it behind so that we could come back and reclaim it. And that's why they hid it in the way that they did. They encrypted it in the way that they did, because they wanted to make sure that it didn't get into the wrong hands, and that it was available to those who possessed that shared cosmic lineage and starseed lineage. Because we as starseeds are going to be the ones to be able to decipher these encrypted messages and codes and hidden secrets by piecing together the puzzles and really tapping within, making sure that our pineal gland stays activated, and really just tapping into these greater cosmic lost knowledge. And one thing I know for sure is that the ancient Egyptians, they were highly technological, because I remember when I went to the temple of Het-Heru in Dendera, I was invited by a man to go into the subterranean chambers of this temple, and the rest of the group was up there analyzing the ceilings, because there's a bunch of artwork on the ceilings. But he was like, come into this chamber, I want to show you something. And there was like me, my friend, and then this one girl, well, a friend that I made during the tour. I actually went by myself, but then I ended up meeting somebody who I really hit it off with and clicked with. And then there was one other girl, and she was like, I'm not going down there. So she allowed her fear to get in the way of her like witnessing something so magnificent. Because when we went down there, you guys, let me tell you what I saw. I saw these like non-humanoid beings who had some kind of machine on their head, and like the machine was like halfway filled with this liquid that came to like right here, but it's not like their whole face wasn't like emerged or submerged in the water or the liquid. It would like came to right here, and then there was like some kind of helmet, and then there was these cords that were like conduits that led to these like electrical outlets. So it was most definitely some kind of advanced technology that we obviously don't have access to today, and they try to keep those kind of things hidden. And this was the same temple where they have the famous Dendera light bulbs. Some critics try to say, or skeptics try to say, that they're actually lotus flowers, but those who know the truth know that those are light bulbs. Yes, the ancient Egyptians had definitely had access to very advanced technology that far exceeds anything we can even fathom in this modern age, you guys. Like the ability to really star travel and traverse to different dimensions and all kind of stuff. I mean, we can't even replicate the pyramids today if we wanted to. You know, we've tried and we've failed. So being able to tap into this star ancestor knowledge and wisdom, this is going to be a real gift. And I feel like there's levels to our ascension, you know what I mean? Like, so we can start off with just doing basic channeling, like on an individual level, learning basic truths and, you know, philosophies, things that are just like the 42 laws of Ma'at. Those are basic principles of life, you know what I mean? They form the structure, the foundation. But as we continue to evolve and ascend, like really awaken and activate our light codes within us, we're going to start to tap into information that's of a much higher octave than what we could ever imagine. I'm talking about like scientific inventions that will change the planet as we know it, heal any sickness, cure any disease, cure mental illnesses, all kinds of things. Like literally there's no limit. You know, the biggest lie they ever told us was that the sky is the limit. No, the sky isn't the limit. There's no limit, you guys. There's no limit. Okay, so the next card we pulled was Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. Ooh, look at these ancient Egyptian Kemetic ancestors coming through. I mean, look at this. I want to say this is the god Ptah. Yes, it does look like the god Ptah. And he's just radiating this beautiful aquamarine light, activating this portal, this gateway. He is a true gatekeeper, a star keeper, like they said. Look at these doorways, these gateways, these activations to the stars. Look at all this alignment. This is a true God in the flesh right here. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. And yeah, what this card is basically saying is that by us staying grounded and really anchoring our light as star seeds here on planet Earth, we're able to do work. Like work that is beyond the ordinary, beyond the mundane, beyond just thinking about pentacles or abundance and all that. Even though those things are amazing, they're great, it's like we are meant for so much more than just that, you know. Once we get to a certain level of evolution as human beings, there won't even be a need for currency. There won't be a need for an exchanging money or anything like that. We're going to be vibrating so high that we can literally like manifest things with our mind at our own willpower, at will, you know. And there's levels to awakening, there's levels to developing these gifts. And yeah, it might seem like totally far-fetched and crazy to the majority of people out there, but that's because they're limiting. They're still radiating from a place of self-limiting beliefs and consciousness. The moment we expand our mind and see ourselves as limitless beings, we'll be able to tap into energetic fields and portals that allow us to start seeing the type of gifts that we can harness, like from a utopian standpoint. Like, we're creating a true paradise, a true utopia on earth, one where there aren't any wars, there isn't any sickness, any famine, any of that stuff, because we're just too tapped in. We're not riddled by the everyday lower density characteristics like greed and fear and ego and frustration. No, we're just vibrating so high that everything starts to come into full alignment, and we begin to really channel and pour in from our hearts, like the most it's hard to articulate, actually, like with this English language. I can't even think of the words to describe it, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen like some of those movies, like the Avenger movies, and how they go to some of those distant planets and how they're like vibrating from such a high octave that they don't need like certain things that we as humans feel like we require. No, they don't need that. Like, they can communicate telepathically. They can create things at their own will with their mind's eye. These are the kind of possibilities that do await us, so long as we're not limiting ourselves, And a lot of the messages that have been coming through to me, especially as a starseed, and a message to get out there to other starseeds, is just to stop like aiming so low, like really us dreaming to the highest potential or having the highest thought that we can even imagine is going to help us to birth other ideas and see. We don't have to look at it from a perspective of linear time anymore. Like, we're moving into a quantum reality, so that means that time is truly starting to dissolve. The illusion of time is starting to dissolve. The illusion of death is starting to dissolve. So many old beliefs that we had are starting to completely dissipate, which is allowing for more quantum absorption, more quantum existence, more quantum leaping, that's really going to push us to advance on a more exponential rate. You just have to trust and believe. And wow, after I say trust and believe, look at this, you guys. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Whoa, that is freaking crazy. Like, I swear, the way the synchronicities work is just totally out of this world. Oh my goodness, I am just totally dumbfounded right now. Okay, so yeah, trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So that basically gets back to what I was saying about how time is really an illusion. But in the meantime, we have to look at time from a 3D standpoint. In a sense, we're still operating on that field for now, or at least like transitioning from 3D to the 5D plus and infinite D consciousness. So in terms of like how we see time in the present day, I think that it's saying more so like trusting in divine timing, like knowing that you came in as a starseed at this time for a very, very significant purpose and reason. Like, there are no coincidences whatsoever. So even if you don't align with the whole starseed movement, or whatever you want to call it, or if you don't align with being a starseed, this still applies to you. You made the conscious decision to be incarnated on this planet at this time period. You made the conscious decision to come here and be here right now and experiencing what exactly you're experiencing at this moment. So this has to do with just like relinquishing control, relinquishing the fear that you're running out of time. Like sometimes starseeds will come into incarnation on earth and feel that way, like I have to get this done, I have to get that done, I have to get this done. But the moment you relinquish the idea that, you know, time is real, it takes so much pressure and burden off of you as a starseed, because you know you're an infinite and eternal being. So you're going to continue to incarnate in different forms throughout different vessels and channels, so long as you have some kind of mission or purpose to fulfill that you feel called toward, and you have that free will in order to do that, if that's what you so please, you know. So I just feel like this is a very powerful card. The moment that we are able to relinquish this pressure that time puts on us, is the moment that we truly begin to step into our true freedom and liberty, and transcend the limitations of this lower density that we're currently occupying at the time. And the more that we as a collective step into this power and step into this awakening and realization together, the more magnified and amplified it becomes, and the more powerful it becomes. Okay, the next card, I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. Ooh, I love the image. Beautiful, sacred beings of light. Look at these two beings here. There's two beings here, and then there's two beings there. Wow, and look at all that beautiful radiating light. Oh, my beauty. Love this card and the artist. Okay, so this card has to do with basically like letting down your defenses. Like, I just feel like so many people are just like super anxious and always like on the defense, like allowing things to trigger them and just feeling like every little thing is aimed toward them. And sometimes that's like our own paranoia kicking in, our own ego kicking in. Like, I'm telling you, this battle to tame our ego is a real battle. So I feel like this uprooting card, or this I'm sorry card, has a lot to do with like releasing that, releasing these defenses, releasing these shackles of the ego, shackles of the mind, and really just letting our guard down, you know, seeing things from other people's perspective without getting angry or upset or defensive, like allowing a person to speak their truth without getting triggered. I mean, I think this card is just saying so many things. And then the righting past wrongs. Okay, this just has to do with rewriting our history, how we can heal from our past traumas, how we can cure generational curses, how we can perform all of these beautiful feats, you know, so long as we're willing to actually go the extra mile to do it. But it all starts from how we react to certain situations, not being reactionary, you know, but responding from a place of just love and tenderness and authenticity. Okay, so the next card is a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Ooh, I love this, you guys. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is like truly a starseed looking down upon the earth and just knowing their mission, standing firm in their mission, standing their ground, and really like doing everything in their power to ensure that this new earth is being formulated. You know, this is the vision of the starseed. So as a starseed, we're here to serve humanity. You know, we've had so many experiences that are for our own self-fulfillment that now our aim is more toward helping other people. And this mission and this agenda, this purpose, this higher purpose, sometimes it's just so strong that we get tunnel vision, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing. It's saying, this card is basically saying that this new earth is being formed right now as we speak. In fact, it's already here. But the more we continue to hold that vision and continue like walking in this new earth energy and vibration, walking in the 5D plus and infinite deep energies and energetic fields, the more it begins to unfold and unravel and develop into something just so spectacularly awe-inspiring. It's just something to really look forward to, you guys. It's beautiful. And it is happening right now as we speak. The twin flames out there, they're really putting in a lot of work to make this happen. Because twin flames are really ancient souls as well. The light workers, the healers, the shamans, the medicine people, the ones really speaking out against the system, speaking out against injustice and corruption, but not getting so caught up in the show of the 3D world that they lose sight of what their individual gift and soul's purpose and mission is. Okay, so the next one we have is cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Ooh, another very powerful image. I mean, look at this being split in half. Now, some would think that this is like an ominous message, but it most definitely isn't, because sometimes the only way that we're able to truly reveal our innermost selves, our innermost light, our innermost authenticity, and really stepping out of that fear-based consciousness and just going for it and not being afraid of judgment, releasing all fear of judgment, releasing the need to be validated or accepted by others. Sometimes it requires being cracked wide open. Like, because if you could see, like, as this being is being cracked wide open, look at everything that's just flowing from out of her. It's just all this radiant, pure light. This light would have never even appeared had she remained closed. And I think a lot of this has to also do with just like cracking open your heart too, you know? Like not fearing the pain of heartache, not fearing transformation and darkness and rebirthing and dying, conscious dying, which is another topic I do want to speak more on in the future. Not being afraid to metamorphosize and to embrace every aspect of life, okay? Remember, we live in a dualistic universe and multiverse, so that darkness is just as important, just as valid as the light. You know, we have to stop just leaning toward only the feel-good stuff. Like, no, there's a reason why you're going through frustration. There's a reason why you're being tested. There's a reason why you're being faced with all of these emotions. And it's because Spirit is really forcing and pushing you to ascend and tap in with the aspect of self that needs to be revealed, okay? The aspect of self that needs to be harnessed, that needs to be cultivated. And without cracking yourself open and really embracing these darker, shadowy aspects of existence, you're essentially denying a whole entire natural part of life and the essence of life and existence, okay? So learning to embrace and embody and love the all that is, not being one-sided, okay? Next one is loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Wow, look at this. This has to do with releasing, letting go, you know, not holding on too tight to anything or anyone, whether that be a belief, a loved one, a dogma, some type of old system, or, you know, anything. It could really be anything. Like anything, if you're overly attached to anything, it's unhealthy. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be the most beautiful thing. It could be the most awe-inspiring thing. But if you're overly attached to it, and if you're clinging on to it so tightly that you don't have the ability to, just simply let go, or you fear what will happen if you lose this thing that you're clinging on to so much, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. These people keep hitting me up, dang. Yeah, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. So this has to do with letting go of attachments, you guys. It really does. Once you learn to love without attachment, and healthy detachment is something that I really, really am embodying right now in my journey as a starseed and as a twin flame, because I'm at a distance with a person I'm deeply in love with. Okay, and it's been like one of the most challenging things of my life, but it's teaching me healthy detachment, because if I continue to cling on to the idea that, oh, we're supposed to be in union right now, that's going to bring me more pain than is necessary. So being able to let go, and even letting go of the idea that a relationship may not last forever, whether it be with a child or a parent or a lover or an organization or a friend or whatever, being able to detach from that idea that life is fluid and ever flowing and ever changing and ever evolving, this has to be the most liberating feeling in the world. And knowing that even if you quote unquote lose that person, thing, or whatever it is you're holding on to so tightly, it's not gonna really matter at the end of the day, like, because whatever is meant for you will always come back to you. It may not even be in this incarnation or in this dimension, but whatever is eternally a part of you will always be a part of you, no matter what. Okay, this one is hereafter, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Oh my goodness, I love the image, you guys. This is so enchanting. This is so my vibe right here. And of course, what a wonderful card to be at the bottom of the deck for this starseed reading. Okay, so this has to do with us as starseeds really longing for a home and feeling homesick for the stars, not being able to relate to other beings here, unless we do find other starseeds that we can relate to. We're gonna feel homesick, and because there's not a lot of starseeds, on this planet, it can be difficult for us at times. Like, we feel very out of place, very just awkward within society. Like, sometimes we don't even feel comfortable just having ordinary conversations, So it could be very difficult for us to assimilate and integrate into the regular mundane reality. But I think what this card is just telling us is that even though we may be longing for home or homesick for the stars, it's just reminding us that we are on this sacred mission. We are doing sacred work and divine work, and we are on a sacred path. So at the end of the day, it's a sacrifice the starseeds are making to help uplift the planet and uplift the human race. And it's going to be so worth it once we do. It's going to be all worth it. So those were the cards I had for the full moon in Aquarius of August 22nd, 2021. I know the reading was quite long, but I want to thank all of you who stayed and really took the time to watch the video in its entirety and really absorb what I was saying and accept my message. Even if you didn't accept it, just, the fact that you're listening to it means so much to me. And even if it's not speaking to you on a conscious level, I know that it's speaking to you on a subconscious level. And your higher self is definitely gonna hear me, even if your conscious self isn't ready for the message at this time. And that in itself is a reward for me. And I just want to thank you guys for allowing me this opportunity, this platform. Like, I sincerely appreciate you all. And I hope that you will continue to tune into my channel and tune into my messages and my channelings from the Akasha and the Laya consciousness, no matter how unorthodox or triggering they may be. I just thank you for even like allowing me the opportunity to be of service to you guys. And please, continue to share the channel and scroll through the videos at your leisure. You can dissect them in parts. You don't have to watch them all at once, but ultimately I'm here to help you guys. For anybody that's willing to accept my help, I'm definitely here. You can find more information in the description below, and I really look forward to chatting with you guys again, wishing you well in your journey, and just reminding you guys to stay grounded, to stay in alignment and centered, and keep protecting your energy, setting like really healthy and reasonable boundaries, and staying balanced ultimately. Just staying true to yourself, staying true to your path. Like, as long as you continue to keep incorporating these basic practices into your everyday life and keep working on yourself, you will see results and you will start to see changes shift into your life, and really take the time to find out like the dates of these activation portals and take them seriously, because they are allowing for cosmic upgrades and cosmic DNA activations to be triggered within you. Like, I'm a walking witness of it. I'm witnessing it, the miracles of it, with my own two eyes. I'm seeing it in other people who aren't even spiritually conscious. I'm seeing it unfold all around me. But if you're conscious of it, and if you're really practicing like the modern alchemy tools that I set forth in my blog, you can harness it in an even greater capacity and really start to upgrade yourself at a more accelerated and magnified level. And that's where I would love for you guys to get to the level of just being so upgraded, so elevated, so evolved, and so ascended that you don't have to reach out for others for any type of assistance. You don't have to go outside of yourself for anything. You just channel your own intuition, your own internal navigation tool and resources, and you just knock this shit out the park. And you go out there, and by doing so, you're able to go out there and really harness your gifts, because we all have special gifts. So anyways, with that said, yes, you guys know where to find my contact information. It's all going to be in the description below. If you're interested in getting involved in metamorphic work and transformation work, feel free to reach out to me. I have several channels available to you guys to contact me, so feel free to contact me through any of those channels. And don't hesitate to start being more engaged and leave comments and really share your thoughts. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. You guys were here with me from the beginning of this journey, and I'm really intrigued in learning more about each and every one of you, your special talents, your hidden gifts, and the things you are looking forward to sharing with this world. So anyway, with that said, I really hope that you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Ashe, namaste, peace, love, and light always. Nova out.